Hello, everyone. Welcome to Drop Frames. I'm laughing. Zeke's laughing because this is how I let them know that we're getting ready to go live.
Beautiful, man.
I have a new audio mixer, and I don't have a way to currently route to them that I'm aware of. So I'm still learning. And so we're all going to learn together. Just like during the break, I learned that I talk too much on the show. So please host this week's Drop Frames.
What now? Hold on a second. Someone said that you talk too much on the show that you created.
He knows that my voice is messed up.
I do.
Oh, that's what we're doing.
Zeke, hold on, Zeke. Here we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Ah, there it is. Now you know.
Although just so I don't overuse this, which I've already completely overused this, I'm going to reverse it. So anytime there's a rim shot, we're going to do this. And anytime there's something depressing, we're going to rim shot. Okay? Those are the rules.
Oh God, we're gonna have a lot of rim shots if we talk about.
There's gonna be so much rimming today on the show. Is really where we're going with that. So,
man,
yeah,
JP, the break has been good to you, man. You're making fart noises. You're saying rim jokes. It's true. You look refreshed.
I do. I look a little red too in this camera, which that's my normal state. If it goes white in this general area, you know something's bad.
Okay.
I'm like Rudolph, I guess. Rudolph of the streaming world. If I don't have a red nose, it's just bad times. Learned it during the break. Learned a lot, Zeke. You can hear all about it.
It's like a dog that if their nose is dry, you know they're sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. That's how that works. Yeah, what a month to take a break on. A really stupid one, by the way, with that 20% off gifted subs. I was really pissed off the past week when I've said that, like, well, I said I was going to go live the first, but I mean, that guy's got 100 gifted subs and it was 20% off. Like, I guess I'm just going to sit here and be upset, right? Like, what am I going to
do? Dude, I was wondering, like, if you were going to do at least one, if not a couple of streams, like, no one would blame you, dude. No one would, like, let them call you a liar. Like, I said I was going to come back on the first, but I came back a couple days early. You're a liar. Yes, I am. Money, please.
Zeke,
Thank you.
What are you talking? Every streamer does this for the love of streaming, not for the money. It's never a factor into what we do. So, you know, I was just
I'm glad someone's saying that. Thank you.
I'll be the brave person to step forward and let everyone know that it's all for the passion. It's all, you know.
I can't sit here and, you know, lie to my audience like that and tell them, like, that I would do this for free.
Yeah.
Because I would not, sir. I would not.
Well, I mean, to steal from chat, we all really did it for like 70% love and 30% money, but that's out the window from what I've heard the past month. Now it's like 50-50.
Yeah, but do you find that, like, if you get to a certain amount of love, that it kind of scales back automatically? It's crazy.
Right. Well, eventually someone just gets too much love and they got to scale you back. That's all it is, right? Like,
oh yeah, it's somebody else. It's an outside force that
because
taking love away from you.
Yes, you also have to have some place to store all the love, right? And that gets expensive when it comes to storing all that love.
Love containment is incredibly expensive.
It's very expensive, yeah. I'll make up some numbers that aren't actually correct at all and put them in a blog, I think, and I'll tell you all about it.
So are the people that are taking the excess love that we get, you know, if you get too much love, you know, they take the excess, do they give it to the people with not a lot of love?
Yes, in a normal functioning world, but if you're greedy, you do the opposite.
That depends also if your love is taken by the love police or if it's like a Goodwill Love Appropriation Association.
Yes,
because their cuts are different.
That is also true.
I mean, they do probably know a better use for our love than we do. I'm sure.
Yeah, I would love to hear some of their ideas for that. Do you have any, Zeke, that they could have put out there? Any new ideas?
Well, I mean, I would think that, you know, a fair amount of love that everyone could keep across the board, like a flat love tax, I guess, would be, I think that would be fine. And even if, and I said, like, even if I have to go down to like 60% of the love I was getting, and then everybody could have, you know, 60% of the love, it's something. I would be okay with it. It hurt a little, but I'd be okay with it.
So you're,
But at the end of the day, though, aren't you just a love machine?
I am indeed a love machine. That is true, but it can only go so far. You know, I can only spread it. I can only spread so much.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're talking
In
about
unrelated notes.
Trickle down loveonomics is what this is all about. Yeah,
absolutely.
I thought all of my love was trickle down.
Chat,
give it to me, JP. Give it to me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. There you go.
No,
yeah.
it was the other one.
That was
shit.
Okay.
Oh shit. Hold on. Let's
there we
just.
go.
I'm gonna do this.
It works.
I hate that you have that. I fucking hate that you have that. And you're going to use it on me all the time.
No, I don't want to become that. I don't want to become
bitch.
that. I gotta just get these. I hate it. It's like it's just a new shiny button right now. Give it like 3 days and I'll be done. I'll never touch those again. This one's really fun though. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Chat's gonna hate me. You can definitely hear it.
Okay, we could definitely hear it.
Do not like.
Do not like.
That's gonna be when Zeke's getting when he's running over on indie conversation. I'm just
wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, bro.
That's
wrap
the
it
wrap
up.
it up noise. Yeah. It also mutes you guys. It mutes everything on the board. I don't know why it's there. I don't know why this like sensor thing exists on the board, but they put it there. It's very.
It's a sensor button, man. It's so you can do
very loud.
Cuss goofs. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Zeke, inside chat's not going to get this, but that tweet from yesterday, you can record whatever sound you want. So I was going to record me farting, but there's no way to. I can't like edit the sound file, so I had to record with the farting beginning and keep recording until the farting ended. So it was one always on line, always on, always audible. And it was just, I had like anxiety because chat was like, he's going to do it. And I was like, this is going to be awful. And then I just started laughing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Oh, so does your mixer does not come with software or?
It does. Certain things you can edit. Yeah, we could talk about that. We'll jump back to the love discussion. The Rodecaster Pro 2 is a mixer that came out. It's basically trying to battle the Go XLR. For those we talk about streaming stuff every once in a while here. Back when the show started 380 episodes ago or I don't know what number we're on these days. For about 300 of those episodes though, we didn't talk about streaming. The first 80 we did. This thing came out and I've talked with a handful of broadcasters. It's one of these things where I actually don't think I can recommend it to broadcasters at the moment because it's still kind of cooking. They still have some like things to iron out, and it's trying to be like a all-in-one mixer in terms of who it serves. It's not necessarily a streamer mixer. It's basically a podcast mixer. It's got 4 headphone outs on it, and it's got 4 mic ends on it. Now, you can plug whatever you want into those, obviously. So if you want to, like, I don't know, hook up a guitar or something for a stream, or I know someone that has like a record player or something, you can do all that. But it's basically made for podcasting. When it first came out in June, I think, when it was like firmware 1.0, they didn't even have the proper like routing when it came to sending like mic outs from the mixer to a 2PC setup so that you can have like a one clean line going into OBS, and that's all. They had to like firmware patch that in. And they did 7 updates in I think like a 3 or 4 week period. So they were very good to like get it functioning initially. But it's been about 3 weeks since or 3 months, sorry, since like they've patched anything ultimately. And so people are thinking that there's something coming along around the corner, but in general, it's fine. I have issues with it in terms of if you monitor your headphone too quiet, it sounds very modulated and like synthesized. So you have to like, I have to basically go deaf over like 3 years if I listen to it at the proper volume when it comes to monitoring. The other solution I found for that is I just don't listen to myself talk in my headset anymore, which has its own problems after doing that for 10 years. So I have no idea if I'm like too loud or anything. I've never done that. Yeah, a lot of streamers don't.
That's probably why people always complain about my audio, though.
It's probably true. It's probably true. Yeah.
You don't listen to your you don't listen to your microphone?
Yeah.
I never listen to my own audio.
A lot of streamers don't. And that was also a big thing because
I also mostly use speakers, so that would,
Sure. Yeah.
That wouldn't work,
Yeah. The trick,
I could not do that.
Oh, same here. I'm the same. This is an adjustment period for me because I've always listened to it. But on the board, you can like listen into certain things, so you just don't listen into your mic, and then you never hear yourself talk. And so that it's a roundabout way of like not hearing yourself talk in your ear when it comes to monitoring. So it solves that problem, but it's not like an elegant way of doing it. The sound bank is nice on the right of the actual like physical mixer, and so that's got 3 sets of 8, so you can put like the default comes with like a rim shot, a trombone, crickets, chimes, an applause, a record scratch, an air horn. It's got this like stock music.
Ooh. New drop frame theme song. Welcome to the drop frames. I was getting funky. Why'd you cut off my music?
It goes for like 3 minutes. It's kind of obnoxious. I also could just like
change my mic now on a whim, which is nice. I think the Go XLR already has that.
But as someone who just used like a regular everyday mixer, I didn't have any functionality.
You sounded exactly like somebody, but I can't put my finger on who it was.
This? Really?
Yeah.
Who do I sound like?
I don't know, but it's either like it's from a cartoon or something. Oh my god, shut up.
Tell me. That's awesome.
Because I can't hear what I sound like, so I just sound
great.
Dude, it's like when you first get it, it's fun. It's still pretty fun for me.
It's still pretty fun, yeah.
From time to time. But yeah, it's
you can overdo it.
Gimmicky. Yeah, you can overdo it. Yeah, you get think of it.
Whoa.
And goodbye.
Oh, that was a
Where
good
am
show.
I? Perfect headline for that.
And we're back. Hello.
Welcome to Drop Frames, everybody. I'm your new host, Ezekiel the Third.
So that was a result of having the Stream Deck too close, and I went to my streaming platform. We're all over.
Oh yeah, you totally changed your setup, right? So you've got a lot of like adjustment, muscle memory stuff.
It's all muscle memory. It is. It is. Also, this camera, if the green screen wasn't up, I hate the camera shot right now, so that's got to change too.
Why?
It's not level, and so like Superman's head is cut off, and so it just.
Oh, I see. Like, and
yeah, it just
the shelf looks like it's going slanty.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So
it looks pretty good.
The green screen looks good though. I'm glad.
Yeah, green screen looks good.
Yeah, like the key and everything is good. I think that's lighting being better than it once was. But yeah, I gotta fix the actual camera shot. I didn't pay all that money for the shelves to just like put up a green screen. That would be the stupidest thing, but it would also be the funniest thing. So maybe that is how we work out.
No, I just like having a green screen because like back there,
it doesn't matter what's behind
mess.
You. Yeah,
it's a mess behind that thing.
Yeah,
frequently they just throw shit over my screen.
Yeah, I've thought about it the past like 48 hours of like maybe I'll just do a green screen, but I'll probably just figure out a new camera solution. But yeah,
want me to show you what's behind the curtain?
Uh-oh.
I'll show you. As soon as I plug my headphones back in.
We're a mess today.
There we go. I'll show you. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I like how his chair is like half green screened. Is that Zangief? Who is that?
Can't see it all that well, but there's like a couch with just garbage like piled on it, boxes and clothes and costumes and all that.
I think that was maybe Broforce. Like a poster for Broforce. Was that Broforce?
Was that a DJ Hero?
Oh.
No.
Oh. That's
no, that was a blanket that I got for have I told you guys about Iron Face? Like the
Oh yeah.
thing
Yeah.
our Kool-Aid show and stuff.
I got
a huge cover art blanket for being a Patreon supporter, of course. And yeah, it's I love that thing, and I hung it up, and it actually like kind of ties the room together, like, you know.
Yeah, it's a center point, a focal piece. It's great.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. So yeah, if you're a broadcaster looking to grab the Rodecaster Pro 2, it's $700. I would say wait. I would say hold out.
$700.
Yeah,
it's even more than the Go XLR. So it's like
buy what 200-300. What is Go XLR?
I think the Go XLR is
450,
500.
Okay,
last I checked.
Yeah. It's the other thing is like you have to know what the fuck you're doing, because some of this shit, like on the mic line, it's got 8 different processes that you can go into, and they're all pretty standard, like equalizer, and they've got an exciter and a compressor and a noise gate and a de-esser and a high pass filter, which is awesome because you don't have to have those like physical hardware pieces on your desk anymore. But I have no idea what the majority of these things are when it comes to like, what is hysteresis?
I think that's when your left foot gets inflamed after gout.
Yeah. It's part of a noise gate. I don't know what it does. Things like that. So you just kind of start turning knobs and hope it works. And that's kind of where I was at with all that. If you're looking for like a plug and play solution, I don't think this is it.
No, but plus Rode is quality products.
Oh yeah.
They've been in the audio game for, I don't know, some odd years. I don't know.
I
don't know how long they've been there.
Yeah.
A long time. As long as sound has been a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, people have used Rode mics forever, and it also has the four connections to it, whereas the Go XLR has one Uno input.
Right.
Which is very limiting when you actually do want to have like a guest at your particular place. You know, you kind of got to split the mic between you.
Yeah. This you would just plug some in, which is nice. So it's
but that would be great for a podcast mic for sure. Yeah.
It's
a podcast mixer.
It's definitely got some cool things. Like I can just record the show live, and then if Zeke says something funny, I can like edit out a 5-second clip, and that just becomes a sound button. That's all on board. I don't have to use any like software for that. That's pretty nice.
That's awesome.
So it like records as you go.
You have to like force it to record, but like it's recording right now, and then I can stop that and just hit play. Like, it's recording right now, and then and so it just plays, and then you can edit like, that and like fade into that and all that shit. So it's got some options on it. But it's also like, are you going to do that live during a broadcast? Like take 30 seconds to edit something out? I don't know. Depends if you want to.
Depends on how much you care.
Yeah.
I think is what it is. How much you care as a caster about your community and your channel.
Sure. Yeah. That's one way to put it.
Well, you can do that with a sampler of the Go XLR.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
It's the same basic like idea.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
You can also just open like Sound Recorder on Windows and hit record and hit play again.
Yeah, there's a bunch of software stuff that does that already.
I use Audacity. Thank you very much.
So do I. Yeah. But Chad doesn't know what Audacity is for the most part. Sound Recorder, though, they're hip to the jive on that, you know?
Hip to the jive.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
So we were talking earlier today about love.
Uh-huh.
And that kind of stuff. And
what is love?
I just don't want you to hurt me, Co. Don't hurt me no more.
So glad you picked up on that. I was a little bit worried at the beginning. You were going somewhere different, but then you wheeled it back in and you made my heart aflame.
Misdirect.
Thank you.
Got it.
You did. That was good.
I'll bring it back to you. I'll always come back to you.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
No, what I was talking about was, you know, I don't know if it's a related note, but I went around and claimed Ezekiel the Third on lots of different sites.
Yeah.
I just put mine like on Coffee and Patreon and
Yeah.
maybe some other sites that aren't supposed to be mentioned, I guess, on Twitch. Like that, After I heard about that, I'm like, I don't think it's gonna hurt me that much. But it's omens. It seems like it's demonic omens of the end times to come. Of
Yes.
Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe I'm reading the horoscope and reading doom and gloom in the horoscope. But like, I'm seeing like, there's a lot less caring about what we want. Viewers and streamers want. And I'm just hey, I'm prepping. I'm prepping for it. Like.
Yeah.
Other sources of income, just in case. I don't need it now. I don't need it yet, but maybe someday I might.
Yeah, 100% correct.
That's a smart move. That's
I
a
think,
smart.
I think it's 100%.
One of the big keywords going around the streaming community in general, and it doesn't matter what platform you're based on, but the keyword is diversify.
Yeah,
that's what everyone is saying, and it never hurts you to do that. It's never going to, like, especially if you're using the same content, it never hurts you. I'm on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. My editing team is begging me to get on Instagram. Like, it's just anywhere you can go. Just put your stuff on there if you're already making it.
Yeah, man, that came out of nowhere. It was a really weird thing to wake up to. The like 50%. Like, we all knew it was coming. That leak happened 3 months ago or whenever, and it was like, oh, but in the back of my mind, it's like, they would never do that. Like, they wouldn't just. Right, it's not gonna, and then it happens, or it's going to happen, I guess, a year-ish from now, whatever that is, 9 months from now is when it takes actual effect.
Yeah, summer of 23, right?
Yeah,
something like that. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's June of 20. Which does that mark 10 years since they got acquired? Is that like the 10-year anniversary of them? Because that happened
from Amazon.
Yeah.
No, man, my 10 years on Twitch is next April. And they acquired it like 4 or 5 years after I had been on Twitch. So, I mean, I think Amazon,
it's 2014.
I want to say
we're 2 years out. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that was going to be like maybe it's the 9-year. I don't know. To me, it just signals like Amazon's pissed. Twitch has been in the red for so long, and like, this is kind of one of the final straws. This is the trump card that they've been holding for a while of like, well, we can make some money, but it's going to piss off the large majority of our user base.
Well, there's one more.
Yes, I think it's going to go. I think Prime Gaming is going to go.
I think it is as well.
I think we have maybe 2 years, maybe before it's gone, and then Prime Gaming's
about
out. Right. Yeah, there's just not. I don't have any actual statistical data for this, but I just don't think that there's
what I think
people
honestly.
that buy.
I hate saying it, but it's what this show's about, so we're going to talk about it. But I think the smart move for them would be to make it so Prime Gaming gave a discount on subs.
Yeah.
So if you had Amazon Prime, then you would get a discount or maybe a free upgrade. So if you get a $5 sub, it's like a $10 sub or something like that. Like, my guess is that somehow Prime subs are going to go from free to something else.
Right.
Whatever that may be. Yeah.
Yeah. 50% off of a sub or something like that.
Or something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And at that point, I think whenever that does occur, because I think it will, it's not a matter of does that occur, it's when will that occur.
When?
I think the YouTube versus Twitch thing gets a little bit smaller at that point, right? And then like once Twitch loses that, Amazon or YouTube is just kind of like, well, we exist. Why don't you come over we've got a great split for creators, and we're also introducing shorts, and we're going to monetize that, and you can monetize your VODs over here. You haven't been able to do that for 10 years on Twitch. Think about it. It's great for creators. Just come on over.
YouTube has a hard split, like, right? What is
it's 70-30. Well, it's 70-30 for
70-30.
live streams. For VODs, I don't think it's 70-30. I think it depends. It's been a while since I've actually looked into that, because like MCNs like dominated the X
Right.
amount of years at YouTube, and now they don't really. They kind of exist, but most people have just gone freelance because you don't really need an MCN anymore for the most part, unless you're like super, super, super huge. And I think those are managed channels in that regard. So, yeah,
And for those who don't know, MCN.
Something content network, managed content network, moderated content. I don't know it off the top of my head. MCN's basically like a
Multi-channel network.
There you go. That also sounds good.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Sure.
MCN is the term people use for the YouTube, like YouTube management, like agents.
Yes.
Like they
They are
run
the
your ads
companies they are the company that sits between the content creator and YouTube to help massively monetize their content.
Yeah.
And they take a portion of it, which is how they make their money. And that's where all
Wait,
the
they take
conflict.
money?
I know, right?
Yeah. If you've heard
it's their thing.
if chat's heard like machinima, that's like a big one, probably for the wrong reasons. That's an MCN. I was a part of Maker, which Disney bought, and now Disney has like changed that over to. Oh God, they basically have like taken that MCN and it's a part of their like TV network now. It starts with a P. It's not Palladium.
Wow.
Polaris. I think it's Polaris.
Polaris. That is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's like the majority of what Maker was. So yeah, Hollow Live is also an MCN. That's a bunch of VTubers. So
I was with
but I would
420. They said MCN. I thought it was Marvel Cinematic Nudes. I was confused.
Close.
And I thought, that would do very well on YouTube. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. That's true. What were we gonna say about Hollow Live Co?
I was gonna say a lot of the VTuber ones are a little bit different. They're more like MCMs have in the past mostly been there to like take your content and do things with it, but a lot of the VTuber ones especially are more like they're like hybrid management teams.
Yeah.
Which is a little more intense.
Yeah.
Do you want to say that? Yeah.
So yeah, circling back, I think Prime Gaming's gone probably 2-3 years, something like that. That'll be a fun one. I hope they announce that before TwitchCon as well. So creator sentiment's just super low.
You know the yeah, exactly. Right before TwitchCon, it's like, hey, we're taking more money from you. Are we gonna give it to everyone else? Nope. We're just taking it.
Yeah.
It costs us a lot of money to run this site. So we're taking your money.
The part that was so wild was the 50-50 split, and then they announce like these big headliners for TwitchCon, and it's just like,
oh yeah. Bad luck, man. It's terrible optics. I'm sure
so many people on that. It was just, and the worst part is, they're spending all that money because they're trying to, get people pumped and excited for it. It's like,
yeah,
this is the it would have been so much better if they would have like brought in like creators from the Twitch Sings community, and like don't just like lavishly spend money after giving basically creators a pay cut. That was a thing.
Sure, TwitchCon team and the social team was like, guys, we've been planning this for like 6 months. People are gonna be so hyped, and you went and fucked it, Dan. Like you just went out there and dropped your fucking shitty message, and no one's happy.
Now this is just rumors and hearsay, but I heard like that particular announcement did not go through the normal like filters that it normally does or whatever. He was like, nope, putting it out like this.
Yeah, I've heard things like that as well. I mean, it came out at 3 a.m. There's so many potential reasons for that to have occurred. Later that day, there was an article that was published about how there's like, I don't want to misspeak here because it was pretty gruesome and fucked up, but it was like child
predatory practices on Twitch.
Yeah,
child predator practices.
Like a younger creator would go live, and then that would get linked on like Discords, and then they would like flood. It's just some really fucked up, nefarious, awful shit that was happening.
Yep.
And so a lot of people think he was trying to beat that story by going live with it at 3 a.m. Pacific. The optics on it are just, there's no way to be like That was a great timing, Dan. You really nailed that one.
And the worst part is, and to think that okay, when you're saying something like that with an organization as large as Twitch, as many of the people that are affected on social media, there is absolutely no benefit to doing a 3 a.m. thing except to make you look bad. It's not like people are going to not see it. Like, how would you possibly think that people aren't going to see it? So why would you put it at 3 a.m.? Like, what is the possible reasoning? Like, I can understand, sliding in that bad news story on a Friday, when you're trying to miss a major news cycle or something, but this isn't that at all. Like, this just shows a complete lack of connection to what is actually happening.
Yeah.
It's why
maybe he put it in his phone as a time sheet and he mixed up AM and PM.
That's probably what happened.
Could have been. Yeah.
That sounds like something that I've never done.
Yeah, it happens to us all. The other thing too is, as far as I'm aware, like this is the first time the public has ever heard of Dan Clancy, right? Like this is the only thing that I think he's ever said as a president of Twitch, let alone maybe even the first time that people knew that there is a president of Twitch. This is like a role that exists within the company.
So we joke about John Twitch, but his name is Dan actually.
Yeah, I guess it's Dan Twitch, Dan Clancy. Yeah. Just an interesting thing across the board. Really curious to see what's going to happen. Probably nothing, right? Like I think this is set in stone and nothing's ever going to change on this.
I think that's honestly, and at the end of the day, I think that's one of the reasons it happened in the first place.
Yeah.
It's because I think it's the kind of thing where he probably just thought, I'm just going to do it like a Band-Aid. I'm just going to rip it off. I'm going to put this out into the ether, and who cares if people don't like it? Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, and the other factor of it, from my point of view, that really sucks about it is this really only affects like a certain set of streamers, and that is like not the top, right? Like the top 100 or 200 streamers on the platform. They're still going to get those 70-30 offers, right? That's become like the bargaining chips for Twitch to offer these streamers now is, hey, we'll give you that 70-30 split. Well, I already had that. Yeah, but you're not going to anymore. Take it or leave it. That's all we're going to offer you type deal. And most of them are going to take it, right? You'd be kind of a fool not to. So immediately their like outcry or their public, damnation of Twitch kind of just goes out the window because they're happy. So there's 80% of the Twitch audience in terms of like caring about it right out the window because streamers just aren't going to talk about it. And then for everyone else, like the actual amount of people that are earning 100,000 on Twitch, it's incredibly low. That there's I don't have a number off the top of my head, but I would say if I was going to make one up, take a guess at it, maybe top 500 are breaking or cresting the 100,000 a year earned on the platform. Maybe it might be a little bit more than that, might be a little bit less. And then we're talking there's like 1 million plus streamers now or some shit on any given day, or any given month, some absurd amount like that. So they're not going to care because they're never going to even get close to that amount earned, right? And so really it's like the quote middle class streamer that is getting fucked here when it comes down to it. And that's like, it ranges from the 1,000 viewers to probably 2,000 or 3,000 viewers. And that's it. And it's probably the 400 or 500 folk, maybe 1,000 folk that are earning that much, that are going to be earning significantly less, 29% less or whatever is the number that I saw floating around when it really comes down to it on a sub. So will there be any like public outcry? Is there going to be any like unionization of the platform? No, it's nothing's going to change. It is what it is. Twitch has said this, and this is going to occur, and there's nothing that really will change any of this. Because the powers that could are either going to be happy because they're getting the split. They're never even going to see that type of money to begin with, so why would they even care? It just it is what it is at this point, and it kind of sucks. So I guess, like Zeke was saying, diversify, get your funds off the platform. There's plenty of other places that offer much better splits than that. And that might hurt Twitch. Maybe that'll force them to do something, add something. kind of like
well,
what they
just
spam.
to add to that, I've been chatting about it since it was news or whatever. And if you want to know like where the line is, like I'm right there. Like I'm almost at the line as far as like if it is this going to affect me? No,
okay.
It's not going to affect me. It's not, but it's close. You know, I'm not quite there yet. But if the 718 has anything to say about it, that's about where it is. Like about the top 600 to 700 and up. You know, 700 and up. Like those are the people going to be affected.
Yeah. And the other thing too is like viewers hear this and their eyes just like glaze over and they're just like, oh, fuck these people, right? Like, oh no, you're not going to earn any more money past 100. Oh, it's your poor you, but it's like, okay, well, we can't like fuck us, I guess. It's a lose-lose battle, right? So we'll just shut the fuck up, lose 25% or 29% because Twitch said so, and we move forward with our life.
I think that's Twitch said so. Like they haven't allocated. They say like Twitch costs money, and that was their whole reason, wasn't it? It's like, yes. Well, hey, this shit costs money, and I need more of it to make it run right. Okay.
To be fair though, that is a valid argument. I mean, seriously, completely like it's right into the ground. I think it's valid.
I think you might have to. No, I'm just gonna let it go. People can fill in what Co was trying to say there.
All right, this is something that I got a lot.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Just break on me?
No,
not beep it out.
No, it beeped it out. Yeah, you didn't.
Is that going through?
Yes.
Yeah, but the second word I didn't hear. I think you were saying kids.
I think you were saying.
Oh, okay. That's why I was confused.
we're getting made love to into the ground. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
You're getting donated massive amounts of love into the ground, and I think that's fair because frankly, screw us. No. The thing is it's. Here's the thing. There is absolutely an argument for saying that, and they even said this, and I think this is one of the reasons they were thinking it was going to kind of go over easily, is because the split doesn't kick in until after $100,000. Now, $100,000 a year is a huge amount of money. Like when I left my IT job, the promotion that I was going to get, which was over double my salary, was less than $100,000, and I had been working, through the industry for literally decades. So I mean, $100,000 is a huge amount of money. I think one of the biggest issues with it, though, is not that the rich aren't getting richer. It's the fact that, like you guys were saying, the middle tier of streamers have been in some cases told for literally years that one day they can work towards this, or there will be one eventually. This will happen.
Yeah.
And then Twitch comes down and says, not only is that not going to happen for you, but we're even taking away from the top, which is just going to make it so there's not even a snowball's chance in hell that you're going to see it. So yeah. I think that was probably one of the most affecting parts of it. Is it's not the rich aren't getting richer, but screw the rich, just eat them, just munch them on down. But the people that aren't rich are getting opportunities taken away from them. And that is that sucks. It sucks.
Yeah. Especially because it was probably from everyone that I saw on Twitter, there was a lot of creators that like were saying that they were always told like, well, maybe we could have that discussion about 70-30. Maybe, you keep really putting in those numbers. You're doing great. Maybe we'll have that conversation. Yeah. And then now it's just never.
And the worst and the unfortunate part is at the end of the day, the people that were saying that kind of stuff had no idea.
Yeah.
They were not part of the processes that made these types of decisions. I mean, if that stuff you were talking about is true, where, at the end of the day, somebody at the top just went, you know what, send it out. It's like at that point, literally everyone below them was not ready.
Yeah.
So that gives you kind of insight about how that communication works.
Yes, that's true. That's true. The other fun aspect about all that too is just the amount of hours streamed on the platform compared to like, have you guys heard some of these numbers for the YouTube contracts that have been going out?
No.
I heard a handful of creators say that it's like 70 to 100 hours streamed a month is what they're being asked to do, which is like,
But does that also include them doing YouTube videos and stuff as well?
I didn't hear that part of the conversation. This was only like a live stream part of the contract. I don't know. I would think that there's probably some sort of like, you also have to create YouTube content in terms of long
Dude,
form
I was
videos.
totally
Yeah,
prepared
yeah.
for you to blow my mind with a number. Like,
No.
getting back to, like, just for a second to the back to that letter, like he just flippantly throws out like the streamer who streams 200 hours a month. I'm like, wait a minute, that's a lot. Like,
Yeah.
that's way over full time.
Yeah. The fucked up part
8
is
hours,
like,
40 hours a week.
that's not just a hypothetical number, so his numbers are round. Like, Hassan Abi has a 200 hours a month contract. He's been very vocal about it. Zizarin, who's been on the show before, it's PoE streamer, has 240 hours a month is his contract. That's like, and granted, they agreed to it.
240.
Yeah, they agreed to it, right? Like they said yes to that contract, so they knew what they were doing. But fuck, that is not good. That's so much. That's 240 hours just on stream. Like the amount of that's one thing that my break really solidified. The amount of like actual living that you do streaming 200 hours a month. Because that's just 200 hours that you're on stream. Doesn't factor anything like emails or anything that you're doing off stream. That's insane. That's so much,
Somebody
many
says,
hours.
Need that Pokemon or Pokemon. Need that Pokemon contract of streaming like 3 times per week. I'm pretty sure she has a completely separate, unique contract. If she's even under contract.
I don't
like-
know if she is right now.
I don't know if she went under contract.
She took a break as well, and I don't know if she came back with a new contract.
She took like a month off, didn't she?
Yeah.
We call that in the industry pulling a JP. Actually,
Well, really, it was pulling. She did it first, so it's pulling
Yeah.
pulling a queen.
you
That's really
pulled
what
you
that
pulled
was.
a Pokemon. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Pulled a Pokey.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound right.
I agreed. Like when my contract, like when we were first talking about it, when they're first doing Twitch contracts, they were like, you can do this and this and this, and I'm like, are you fucking people agree to this shit?
Yeah.
Like, what if I have to be sick? You know, what if I'm get sick? Like, and I need to take a day off? Like,
Let's.
what happens? Like,
Yeah.
am I in trouble? So
Yeah.
like, I agreed to like the full-time contract. Like, it was 40 hours, 160.
Yeah. I think that was the default contract that they were offering folks was 160 hours a month, which
Yeah, the
40 hours a
the
week.
only thing that I think it's important that we kind of make sure people understand is they're not making people stream that much. Like
Again,
they're
yes,
giving
you're
them
correct.
offers, and then people take the offer.
yes,
so,
they agreed to it. So the
Yeah,
streamer
exactly.
streamer knows going in what they're agreeing to.
It's not like they're saying we won't sign you unless you do 200 hours a month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No. It was totally a negotiation for sure.
Yeah.
But it just boggled me that people would like 200 hours is, you know, well, I think we worked that out to like it's 5 days a week, 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like it's, or excuse me, 6 days a week, 8 hours a day, because you're giving yourself 1 day off.
Something like that. Makes sense.
Yeah, it was crazy. Depending on the month, if it has 30, 31, or 28 days.
Right. But my take on all that, if like YouTube's out there offering these like 70 to 100 required hours a month with a 70-30 split in YouTube and Twitch is doing like 50-50 on 100 plus, 140 plus, it's like, why the fuck are we here? Like, what
Well-
are we doing?
Now, here's the thing. I like back in the day when I was, you know, friends with a lot of the employees of Twitch, you know,
Yeah.
when I could walk down the hall and I'd probably know 30% of the people that were in the office that day, you know.
Yeah.
They consistently I got stories from like Twitch doesn't make a lot of money. Like it doesn't go into the black very often. We're frequently under what we need to be to keep. I don't know if it's to keep it afloat or like what. I don't know if it's projected like they're below the projections or whatever. But I got the stories that they like aren't making a gajillion dollars every day off of their site. And that got me thinking, like a Twitch employee is telling me that they're no longer, I'm sure they're no longer employee at Twitch because I don't think I know anybody that works there anymore. But it got me thinking, like, people want to say that Amazon owns Twitch and that means they have Amazon money. That is not, it's more of a boss employee relationship. Amazon's the boss. The employee makes money for the boss, right? He works for the boss. If the worker is not making money, the boss will fire them. So it's not like Amazon's going to pump money into a losing industry, right? And also, if Amazon doesn't think that Twitch is making enough money, they also might, cut them off and put them out on a fucking ice floe or something like that. So it's not like Twitch has all Amazon's bucks to spend. They don't.
It's true. I mean, I've always heard the same, that Twitch has always been in the red.
So quick question though. I also have heard that. Let me first say that. But also, people have kept linking me articles showing me like how much Twitch's revenue is, and that it's been spiking over the last couple of years.
Sure.
Are those not fun? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, is revenue pre or post costs?
Probably post. I mean that.
So
that
in that case, these days Twitch is making a lot of money.
I guess revenue doesn't equal profit, is chat saying.
Like, chat is saying free.
Yeah.
Revenue's
okay.
Free.
That's true.
Okay.
Right, because revenue is because revenue is what you make. Profit is what you make on top of cost.
Okay.
Right.
So in that case, but if the revenue has been spiking, which is, I'm assuming, really good, wouldn't you surmise the profit is hopefully going up at least? I mean, the revenue spiking has been pretty significant.
I think if you look at it this way, like if a stream is doing well, it means that more people are watching a stream, which means that stream becomes more expensive for Twitch, right? And so if numbers are up across the board for the website, that means that costs are up across the board for the website. And if a subscription cost on a lot of these bigger channels costs Twitch 70% instead of 50%, that means that they're losing even more money on that type of stuff.
And especially now that we have the ninjas and the Asmongold's that are basically like Asmongold purposefully streaming on his alt channel to not be able to do ads in partnership. Ninja is now one of the larger streamers on the platform, and he is completely unpartnered, so no ads or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it is I can only imagine how, like, what they're thinking about that kind of stuff.
Right. And it's
I wonder if we're ever going to live in a day and age where it's like, if you have over X thousand viewers, you have to be partnered, or they'll just like limit the amount of viewers that can go to a stream or something.
Yeah. Or turn off like transcodes or something on the on the stream.
Yeah.
So
reduce the quality.
I'm sure like they pay people, they have like a, some sort of think tank or something at Twitch that comes up with these ideas. And I just want to hear your guys' opinion. Like, what would it look like now because ads are a fucking nightmare, right? Like everybody hates ads and everybody we have to, Twitch has to do them because it's a huge share of their, income, right?
Yeah.
What would it look like if they did like a Netflix, a Hulu, like that kind of shit, and just made it's a subscription service to go to the website and you get no ads. You get 0 ads. Like no one gets ads. Like, is that a thing that's possible? Is that a dream that I've had?
Is that Turbo?
It is Turbo, but like Turbo doesn't make them the money that ads do, right?
Oh, no problem. Well, the thing about it is,
and Twitch Turbo is what?
Turbo is the opposite of attractive for the people they're trying to attract. So they want to attract large advertisers that want to spend millions of dollars to put ads in their service. Well, if those advertisers know that there's a way that people can pay the service directly to not see the ads that they're paying millions of dollars for, that is an immediate impetus for them to be like, okay, well, we're going to give you less money or we're just not going to be interested. So it's kind of a situation. And that's one of the reasons, like, even, what is it, Netflix or Disney or Netflix or one of them is starting to do tiered stuff where you actually get ads, because they're realizing that they have to cater to these ad people if they want to off ads. So it's kind of when you get into this situation where you don't really know what you are. Like, are you an ad delivery platform or are you a subscription platform? And how are you going to balance that? And I think that Twitch is, still trying to figure that out.
They want to be both in a perfect world.
They want to
right?
be both.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But advertisers don't like both.
Right.
It's not an advertiser's, benefit for there to be both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I mean, if it came down to that, like I would like to see a Twitch world where where it was no ads, across the board, and only the ads that the streamers choose to run, or the sponsorships they choose to take, so on and so forth, like that. I would love to see a world like that, but it would require like a pay service, like a $15 a month or $20. What, I don't know how much is Netflix now. It's they send me an email every year, like we're going up. Yep, we're going up again. Oh, one more time. So I think it's like at 17 or 18 bucks now or something like that.
Yeah. The issue with that. Well, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, personally, I want to see more intelligence go into this. I mean, what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to brute force ads.
Yeah.
They aren't trying anything interesting. They aren't doing anything real. Like imagine if like right now, ads plus a continually live broadcast don't add up. It's just stupid. Because if you run ads over the live broadcast, instantly someone's missing something. Well, imagine if Twitch had a system where when a broadcaster ran ads, then directly afterward, you had some options on the bottom right. Would you like to continue watching live? Or would you like to pick up from where the ads picked up and watch at 2x speed until it catches up? Would you like to watch where it was going from and just watch normal speed and be behind a few minutes and be able to jump to live whenever you want to, maybe during a break or when things slow down, have a little fast forward button? Like there's so many more interesting ways that they could put ads in a live show content that they're just not even exploring. They're not even trying. And it's ruining the whole thing. So yeah, it's really, really unfortunate because they're trying to make more money off ads, but they aren't going at it from interesting directions. They aren't trying new things.
Yeah.
They're really not trying anything.
No, the whole ad stuff is the more that I've this is honestly the most that I've really thought about the whole thing, except for I'm mad 50-50, blah, blah, blah. But ads just ran on my stream. I signed a ads incentive contract for this month. So ads are going to run every hour. They just ran right now. There's no controlling them on my end unless I say, hey, we're going to run ads and try to hit it before 3 minutes before the ads automatically go off, which sucks. The reason why that exists though, is because when those contracts were first signed 2 years ago, people just weren't running ads. And it wasn't because they didn't want to, they just forgot. They just wouldn't run ads on their stream. And so Twitch had to hard code it to where they would run no matter what is happening. And so the reason that stuff exists is because people just didn't know. They didn't know that it was ever going, or they weren't running them rather. And Twitch had to make sure they were running because contractually that's what the streamers signed on to do. And now the more,
my God.
What? Oh, did the emote get you?
Yes, it did. I was like, what the fuck? I'm sitting there staring at it.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a 7TV emote. So I'm sitting there just staring at it like, what is this new thing that they're doing? I'm sorry.
No, we got an ad emote on my stream. No. It confused me the first time I went live. In fact, my mod, I was like, guys, we probably don't want to. Okay, sure, whatever. It's already live. You guys have a mind of your own. But the thing that, like I was saying the first time sitting here thinking about it, it's kind of fucked that we all signed contracts, a large percentage of the top 1,000 streamers, whatever it was, signed contracts to force the idea of ads onto Twitch and change the narrative for the site at large. And what's the reward for coming out of that contract? We're going to take 29% of your sub revenue. And now you're no longer in contract. Thanks for changing the platform. Here's your negative money. Right? Is that like a cynical way of looking at it? Or
where's
is that
the sad trombone sound? Is this?
No, that's a rim shot.
That's a rim shot. That's a rim shot. The more I'm really realizing that for the first time, and God, that's really fucked. That's a shitty way to treat the top percentage of your platform.
When all this stuff came out, I put up a I was, of course, being asked a lot about it and my thoughts, and everything. And I
Yeah.
put up a tweet where it was basically just like resignation to reality. And I think that's what all of this is. And that's what I think a lot of casters have to kind of, including all three of us,
Yeah.
including me, we just have to accept where Twitch is no longer about the creator.
Mm.
Twitch is about the service. They are no longer, like, Twitch started heavily creator centric. Creator are our lifebloods. We are here because of our creators. Our creators are our driving force, and we are here because they, we want to make them succeed. Well, now it is literally the opposite, where Twitch is saying we are no longer about an individual creator. We are about the platform. We are about the ad delivery services. We are about the technologies that we offer. We are about all of this stuff. And it's one of the reasons we're seeing more and more creators get enticed off the platform, because Twitch is no longer seeing the value in the individual creator, and they are seeing more of the value in the entire infrastructure, the product, instead of the people using the product. So like we're saying about this, the changes to Prime that are almost inevitably coming and stuff like that, like, this is the new normal.
Yeah.
This is what we've been seeing over the last 5 years is the slow transition from creator centric to service centric. They are now seeing themselves as a service provider, not providing for the people using it, but providing to everyone who wants to use it, and focused on themselves instead of those outside of it. So it is very kind of doom and gloomy, but in a lot of ways, at the end of the day, it's just a reorientation of priorities.
Yeah.
And it's just corporate. It's just corpo life, man.
Yeah.
It's corpo life.
And I've always said that, like, Twitch is in the business of making money because it's a company, right? Like, that's what companies do.
Exactly.
That's what
Exactly.
do.
It's what companies do. It's what businesses do.
Yeah.
And especially when it's owned by an organization that's literally only purpose is to make money. Amazon is a money generation machine. That is what they do. They're essentially like a hedge fund. Like, they didn't buy Twitch because they loved live streaming. they bought Twitch because they thought that one day it could make it a lot of money. And they're going to do whatever they need to do to make Twitch make it a lot of money. So, it was they kind of obfuscated that a little bit at the beginning with Twitch Prime and stuff. And, hey, maybe we're actually the good guys. But at the end of the day, it's like, oh, this is pretty much what we all should have expected.
Yeah.
Well, you don't feed someone a turd just straight up. You got to, wrap that turd in a Pop-Tart or something. Like, here you go. Like, oh man, this Pop-Tart smells delicious. Is that strawberry? There's poop in there, isn't there? There's poop. It's poop. You tricked me. You tricked me with it looking, smelling like a Pop-Tart.
It's true. A pop turd.
I will say that personally, it has made things a lot easier. It's made it a lot easier to kind of, not only a lot less stressful to just kind of fundamentally accept that Twitch is not like an emotional company anymore. It's not something that has to be. It sounds kind of cold, but it's not something that you have to care about,
right?
Because they don't care about you. It's a business relationship. Twitch is your relationship to the company is business. It is black and white and contract, and that's it. You're using them because they're using you, and as long as it makes sense for both of you, you're good to go. So the days of bleed purple are over. It's not that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
It's
glad
just
Co
that's
said it,
not where we are.
I've been saying it. No one's listening to me.
It's not a thing. It's not, that's because, but again, and here's the thing, just in case, people at Twitch are going like, oh my God, how could he say that? How could you not say that? Like, that's just the obvious reality of the situation. Like, that's just, like the 70-30 split's a perfect example. How could you argue that's at all bleed purple? Like, how could you possibly say that that's in any benefit to the people that are streaming on the platform?
Yeah.
It's just the reality we're in. Like, it's just where we are. So you just accept it, you smile, and you keep putting on the best show you can for the people that are still watching you. And like, it's all you can do. Really all you can do.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I don't know about anybody else, but I am surprised it took them this long. Like when Amazon took over Twitch, if you had half a brain, you knew it was like, it's going to be business. It's going to be like straight up money making capitalists, like business. And we're going to start seeing, some major changes happen. And for a couple of years we didn't. And we're like, oh, maybe Papa Amazon was a good thing. But yeah, the wheels of business move, big business moves slowly sometimes, and that's what happened. Now we're seeing all of it. We're seeing all the changes that is going to make this, less about content and more about money.
Yeah.
And,
Also,
community and things.
a couple quick things. First of all, people in chat, and we hear this all the time. There needs to be a union. There should be a union.
Never
No,
happened.
that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen. It's first of all, it's not how it works. And second of all, the idea of a union is generally like an organization of people in a country, which is all over the globe. There's no such thing as a global union. It's not. Like,
Well,
well, there is, but not in this context.
The other,
We're not employees.
we're not.
Yeah,
employees.
we're not employees. We're not employed by Twitch.
And
we're literally not employed by them. So you can't be a union if you're not even employed. Like we're using them and they're using
100%.
us. It's not.
It's also the fact that
doesn't
like a lot of streamers won't even show up.
Yes,
to
for
things
the
that
record,
they
there are
agree
global
to.
unions. I'm sorry,
There are,
but
yeah.
not in this context.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
The other thing is that like you're not going to get every streamer to join a union.
Oh, of
There's
course
always
not.
going to be some sort of streamers won't show up to things that they contractually agreed to. How the fuck are you going to get them to like agree to union bullshit? Like,
Yeah.
it's just not going to happen. It's just never going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen.
And the second thing, another quick thing to address in chat, a lot of people, it's very clear that there's a lot of people in chat that are newer to Twitch and are kind of like, what are these people whining about? This is capitalism, et cetera, et cetera. The thing one of the things about this show is that you guys got to keep in mind, pretty much all of us have been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah.
So for us, we've lived through a dramatic progression of one end to the other. And that's what we're talking about. We're not talking, we still got it great on Twitch at the end of the day. We make a lot of money doing what we love to do. It's still amazing. Like this is still a fantastic job, even with everything else going on. But there's no question that it is not the same. It's not like things are totally different. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the progression and change that we've experienced over the 10 years that we've been on the service, not complaining about, like all the stuff that we could be complaining about. But yeah, anyway.
Let me ask you guys
It's
this,
different.
like in that kind of like sort of the same idea. When was the last time you guys made a new friend like on Twitch? I'm serious. Like I made friends for the first 5 years. I was making new friends all the time, and for the last 5, like
pretty low.
It just
Zeke,
doesn't happen anymore.
I had a revelation. I shared this with my chat yesterday. I had a revelation during the break, and I don't want the two of you to take this the wrong way, but it's the best way that I've ever thought about it. You guys are work friends. No one on Twitch is they're work friends. And after 10 years for finally realizing that, it was like a fucking, I was like, holy shit. I was putting like emotional thought and wasting time of like, these people are just work friends. Like, why the fuck? Like, here I was on my birthday. Like, no one messaged me from Twitch because I didn't tell them on Twitter that it was my birthday to say happy birthday to me because they're work friends. Why the fuck do they care, right? There's no reason. Like, the faster I realized that, or the first time I realized that was honestly during the break. And it was like a holy shit moment for me. I wish I would have known that from the start. So that, to answer your question, Zeke, 10 years? It's probably the last time I made a friend on Twitch. It's been a very, very long time. But that's just business, I think, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I would like to state for the record that I don't know my own birthday. So expecting me to remember anyone's birthday is just, that's
birthdays
kind of
birthdays are a different thing to every different person. It's my example. It's not a perfect example, but yeah.
No, I've always got that. I always got that impression from you that there are people that are close to you, that are like in the friend category, and like I've always felt like I'm just like sitting in the work zone, just going like, I can get in there. Yeah, all right. The door looks locked. It looks rusted. Actually, it looks like it hasn't been opened in a while.
But here's the
I have
other.
to really get out the welder and like fucking get in there, the arc with like the torch cutter.
The other side of that coin, though, Zeke, is the other thing I realized is there's like 2 people inside that door. And that's the thing where it's like, fuck, right? Like I actually have to make friends outside of this fucking platform, outside of this job. Because otherwise, like, I'm just going to continue streaming. And that's it.
The room of your friends is so small, it looks crowded. Like from outside, it looks crowded in there.
It's not at all.
I personally have just taken the much easier route of just not having friends.
That's where I've been, for a while.
Just good. Yeah, it's just it's just good.
Yeah, I will say that's easier with a family.
Yes,
being up here for the 4 or 5 years and having a like family around me it's been a lot easier to adjust to that. So, anyways,
if I had friends, I wouldn't have had time for them anyway.
Yes,
so it worked out.
They got 3 kids. That's a whole different type of family. That's a that's
a lot, is what that's called. That's
you
a whole
said
lot.
it, not me. You said it, not me.
Well, it's not only made friends also, but like I haven't followed a new Twitch streamer in a long time.
Oh, you got to get outside of your bubble.
Yeah.
Do you follow people like all the time?
Follow, yes, and not I will say, admittedly, not smaller streamers. I follow like people that the other day I tuned into someone who just hit 100,000 subscribers. Never heard of him before. Tuned in.
Yeah, I saw that.
This is a fucking ridiculous, incredible stream. Just like energy out the fucking wazoo. Completely different to what I do on this platform and the majority of people that I watch on this platform. But it's fucking awesome. And I just
Mr. Kai, right?
Yeah, Mr. Kai Sanat. Like I was just watching it for the first time, and it's awesome. So I think like getting outside your bubble, Zeke, is not only important as like just in general, but as like a creator, getting outside your bubble is super important to see what else is happening on the platform. Because it's as much as I've said this for a long time now. Playing games is the worst thing on Twitch these days in terms of numbers and growth. And if you watch the majority of these like 30, 40K streamers, the second they go to a game, they drop to like 10,000 viewers, 15,000 viewers.
It's wild.
It's a giant drop. So for like growth's sake, I think games are stagnation on the platform or just like complete drop off in all viewership. So it's important to like see it, what everyone else is doing is the moral of what I'm saying. Not don't play games, but see what else is out there.
Also games are for ninnies. I think that's what he was trying to say.
Yes. In a roundabout way, I was trying to, trying to get there.
Yeah, I guess I just don't know where to start though. Like I don't watch a lot of Twitch anymore. Like I used to watch it quite a bit, and now I find like I watch a couple of channels, and those only for like an hour or two at a time, like at most. And the times I find myself watching Twitch like regularly are during the GDQ marathons and stuff like that. Like I'll watch it like the whole time it's on. All my free time, I'll watch that stuff. But like, I don't feel like I used to. Like I want to go out and discover new streamers. Like I don't have that, that drive anymore.
This might be peeling the curtain back too much. Is it the idea that you can never interact with some of these other streamers, so there's no point for you to do that? In the sense of like, you look at someone with like 50,000 viewers and it's like, well, that person will never, like, there's no reason for me to interact with them. Or is that never even become a question or a concern?
I wouldn't probably not go into a stream that had more than 5,000 viewers.
Okay.
I just find like the chat is too, like it's 5,000 solo chatters a lot of time.
Yeah.
They're not chatting to each other. They're chatting to the ether, and again, it scrolls very quickly. And if I go to a Twitch stream, I want to be able to, I don't expect the streamer to catch every single thing I say, but I want there to be a chance that they'll see something I say, or that I can hold a conversation with another chatter in the chat.
So you want to be able to like, I don't know, just elevate chat somehow so that you can see it a little bit easier, Zeke? Is that what you're saying?
That's a great idea. there should be a way that what I say, I can make what I say more important, but not just a highlight though. Because I can a lot of streams have like channel point highlights. I can do that. That's garbage.
Okay, but here's the thing. If we did
with money that I have.
No, I was gonna say with a system like this, how would we differentiate who could do it though?
Well, my friend Dan has the answers, and he says that for, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. What is it? $250. You could spend 10 minutes at the top of chat. Is that the right number?
Is that real?
I think that might be somewhere.
It's $100 for 2.5. I know that.
Okay,
That was the
there it
original
is.
number. Was $100 for 2.5 minutes of your elevated chat, and I was like,
Man.
100 for 2.5 minutes.
So wait, when someone elevates, now here's the thing. I've been very public about this, but for the record, I use FFC and BTTV. I don't see elevated messages.
I use Twitch pop out chat. I don't see it. They don't even have it working.
I hate when people
Or
do it
theater
'cause I'm
mode.
like-
It doesn't work on theater mode either.
Yeah. So the thing though, so when somebody elevates a message, can no one else elevate while there's an elevated message, or is there like a queue?
I have
How does
no
that
idea.
work?
Zeke,
think
I
there's
know
a
you used it. There's a queue. Is that how it works?
I believe there's a queue. I believe you have to wait because there's a timer. It goes down and there's a bar at the bottom. It shows like if you are just on their Twitch page. I have mine set up that the elevated message appears below the video player, but not in theater mode.
Got it.
So you have
wait,
to be on the
so-
regular page, and then it shows the elevated message below, and then it shows a timer ticking down the 30 seconds, I think. And then once it's gone, I think the next one can go. But I haven't had anybody dumb enough to like two people that were dumb enough to do elevated message and then another one on top of it within the 30 seconds that they paid the $5 for.
So what exactly happens if like a whole bunch of messages are queued up and the streamer just logs off?
I don't know. You think I don't even know if Twitch knows
Too bad
that.
for you, dum dum. I think is what it is.
It's probably
Sorry
just
about
gone.
I mean, it's not gone. It's like when someone subs to you when you're off stream, you're not live. Someone subs to you, except they don't get anything out of it. They don't get a badge.
Right.
They don't
maybe.
get anything. They can actually. I wonder if can you elevate messages when someone's off stream? Because that would be hilarious if someone came to my stream and there was an elevated message sitting there, just says like Zeke, sucks donkey balls. Like I have pictures or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. The one thing that I'm curious if either of you have it. I don't have it yet. But like
I do.
Oh, no, not the elevated chat stuff. I meant the pinned chat messages.
Oh,
Cuz like I know
I
a
do,
handful of streamers that do, and I'm sitting here like, well fuck, do I just pay money to like elevate a chat message so it's pinned at the top? Like why don't I have pinned messages yet? It seems just insane to me. It also seems like elevated chat was the reason that pinned messages came into place. And if they put elevated chat out and not pinned messages, then there would be riots. Because it's all elevated chat is just like a way to pay for pinned messages at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so that it was probably the money that made that whole thing come to fruition. It is a 70-30 split. So that's cool, I guess.
Before fees.
Well, after taxes and fees, yeah, is what it is. So if it's whatever the tax is on that, I don't know what it actually is, but $100 for 2.5 minutes is pretty insane. Pretty absurd to begin with.
Yeah, you could also do it's 30 seconds, so it's 5 times. So you can do $25, right?
Yeah.
And just do the $5 message 5 times in a row.
Yeah. That's correct.
Which I think would be more effective because it would blink off and then blink on again, as long as no one else was in the queue.
Right.
Julia says, elevate these nuts. Oh.
That's correct, Julia.
Oh.
Julia, you've been hanging around Americans too long. You got to stop.
Yeah. This is
You really have to stop, Jules.
Well, everyone, actually, Zeke, that's incorrect. Everyone knows that Italians created these nuts. Everyone knows that. That's
Actually, no.
learn something every
The
day.
Chinese created these nuts, and it's been attributed to Italians for years and years and years. Kind of like pasta.
Gotcha. I believe it.
Wow.
I believe it. I really hope that you can opt out of elevated chats. That's my only hope. I don't
It's
think...
in testing right now.
Yeah, it's
So
in
I
experiment
think-
phase.
Yeah,
So,
in an experiment phase, they generally don't do too many options or anything. So it's a 4-week experiment right now, and you know, we'll probably get all the normal options and stuff when it comes out. Would hope.
yeah. Hope that stuff gets turned off. What else did they...
By the way, elevated chat. That's a sucker's game. Don't even do
yeah,
it.
don't do it. It's
Like,
bad. It's a
Don't
silly
bother.
thing.
It remains like I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna speak for me. I'm not gonna speak for you guys, but the best ways that I can like receive revenue from my viewers, I do like getting subs and stuff like that because it shows camaraderie in my channel. So I would say that first. Like I like the fact that everyone can show off their badge and my emotes and stuff. Little solidarity, little community. I'll take my 30% cut for that. That's fine. Or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But outside of that, for me, PayPal donation, like above everything else, like
Sure.
their cut is the most reasonable of all of them. Patreon probably after that, and then like all the other ways of tipping, you know, is fine. If you're talking about straight up who gets a cut, it's the best cut is PayPal for sure. Like just the straight up tip, and it's got to be more than I think $3 because the lowest cut they take is 48 cents. So if you tip a streamer $1 through the PayPal, they get 48 or 52 cents out of it. So it's not worth it to do that. Save up your dollars until you have at least like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But after that, it's fine.
Elevated chat, by the way, is basically just YouTube super chat. And those are the rates on YouTube there on the screen on the left. And you can kind of see, yeah. Good job, Twitch. That's all I'm going to say. Good job. Those rates
I think credit to this goes to this image goes to Loco.
Yeah, Loco tweeted this out. It's from some subreddit. I don't know what subreddit it was, but she definitely Loco TV on Twitter tweeted this out. She's been covering a lot of this stuff. Her and Zach Busey on Twitter is where I've gotten most of it. They announced a ton of stuff.
Oh, you can have a super chat for an hour for $100.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Yep. I don't understand the 200.
You get to conquer that hour, like that's ours, all yours, and no one can bump you out.
I guess, yeah. I guess. I've never been to a YouTube live stream, at least not in the past year, so I don't know what's going on over there. I have no idea.
I'm not sure what super chat is.
Super chat is just elevated chat. Yeah,
it's elevated chat.
It's the exact same functionality, but on YouTube.
But does it go on the video player or does it go below the video player?
It goes in the chat on like the left of the video player. It has nothing to do with the stream.
Okay, so it's not in that area. It's just in the chat.
Yeah. Although chat is saying it does go on video, or at least one person did. I might be getting one guy. I don't know. They stand out and disappear. So.
It's like a pinned message, like the bits used to be. Or wait, bits maybe still are, but I have them hidden by Better Twitch.
Yeah, something like that. I'll just run down Loco's Twitter here because they did announce a bunch of stuff. Most likely, they didn't say why, especially with TwitchCon around the corner. I think it's 100% to try to bump creator sentiment up. For those that aren't aware, creator sentiment is an actual metric that Twitch follows and uses internally. By things like social media and polls that they send out to streamers. It's a real thing. It's very corporate, and it sounds that, and it is that, but it's probably in the shit right now. So they announced a shit ton of things right after this big announcement from Dan. One of them is that they're adding a new feature that will tell streamers when they should remind viewers to follow. This is in chat, I believe, is where it's visible to the streamers. So it just pops up kind of hidden to the rest of chat, viewable only by the streamer themselves, which, okay, sure, it's not the worst thing. It is what it is, I suppose. What else was there? There's like 4 or 5 things. I think elevated chat was the biggest one. I'm just scrolling through here. If you guys know them off the top of your head, by all means. Host is being deleted tomorrow. That's the final day that you can /host people. Raid is what they're going to tell everyone to use, which makes sense. Host doesn't really do anything for a streamer. It just adds viewership to you. If you /raid, it sends people into your chat and like it helps. So
Rip hosting tomorrow.
yeah, rip hosting tomorrow. Indeed. What else is there? Is that all that like there was in terms of big announcements? There's gifted sub stuff that also came up. Do you guys think that gifted sub stuff was planned, or do you think that was a like, let's give them this so that people are less pissed? Because September was pretty bad to begin with this year, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do you think that was was it really a
Like-
surprise or was it not?
Yeah. Is it,
It was
like
not. It was. It was not a surprise. The best guy for Twitch news is probably Zach UC,
yeah.
and he actually tweeted at the very beginning of September to hold off on your subathons because you will probably have sub gifting at the end of the month. So yeah, he is like, that is definitely the guy to follow for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
because he
All right.
he knew pretty much instantly. So yeah, it was not just a random thing that they happened to do. That was planned from the beginning. Now, the thing that makes that even stranger though is, why would Twitch possibly not want to advertise that? Like, why would Twitch not say that that's coming so streamers could plan subathons and things appropriately? Because Twitch would have made, streamers would have been better off, Twitch would have been better off. Like everyone would have been better off if Twitch was public about the fact that they knew that was coming early.
Yeah.
So it's a very weird, again, one of those like, what were they thinking kind of situations. Because yeah, that was not a good move at all. It was a very, very bad move. No,
Yeah.
people are saying in chat, cuz money. They would have made so much more money if people were having subathons with sub gifting be 25% off. They would have made so much more money.
Yep.
So much more.
Yep.
Subathons would have been so much larger. Absolutely.
Yep.
So yeah, it's wild.
Slash shout out is another thing, which as someone that does a handful of shows will probably utilize. Essentially, it just like shouts out a creator and makes their username clickable so that you can go and like follow them from any chat. Very good, especially for like bot commands. That stuff is cool.
May I say that when that feature came out, I was unaware of it, that it was a thing. And someone in my channel, I'm not going to say it was a mod, but it was my mod Scott, and he shouted out like
Okay.
it was like a shout out was given to it was like poopy nuts
Okay.
or something like that. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I honestly was like, is that a paid for feature now? Like people can pay to shout out their channel in my fucking chat?
Nice.
And everybody was out as outraged as I was because they hadn't heard about it either. So I was like, that is a fucking affront and I will not stand for it. And Scott like posts like a little troll face, like you motherfucker. So that, okay, it's a mod thing. Okay, good. So like mods and the broadcaster can do the shout out thing. It's a slash command, and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's brand new. So
But it's
yeah, you're
very
not
nice.
missing out.
It's actually very nice.
Yeah, we've been
now,
using it.
does it come with a heart, like a follow heart? If you're not already following?
Zeke, if you scroll up in my chat, there is a shout out given to you, and it just says
No,
shout
I saw
out
that.
was given to Zeke, and that's it.
Does it have like a little follow thing on it?
It looks like it just links to your channel, so it doesn't actually do anything unless you go to their channel and hit follow.
I think it might be because you're already following.
Oh. Is that the... Yes,
if you already
can
follow the channel, you
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay. Real talk. Chat was really smart on this. Okay. So, you know, I people have been commenting since I said, like, how could Twitch not announce the sub gifting % off and all that stuff, right? Chat has made two very good points. First of all, 25% off gifting subs probably is starting to cut into Twitch's profits.
Yeah.
So they probably didn't want a lot of people doing it. So they put that at the end of the month without announcing it as a boost of goodwill without costing them as much money, because then people have bought normal subs for more. That's smart.
Yeah.
That's the first one. I think that's great.
Oh, for sure.
Second of all, Tyson made the really good point. By doing that, people spend all their money on subbing first, and then a second incentive comes along so they can double dip and to get people spending even more money than they would normally.
Yeah, probably true.
Another very good point. So okay, I see what you guys are saying. So basically, cuz money, and those are both very good points. Also, funny story. I matched all gift subs for the 3 days.
Yeah.
Obviously it was absolutely crazy. I think there was like 3,000 gifted subs. Twitch cut me off after 2,500 subs.
What?
They blocked your credit card? Didn't that happen before?
Gift subs because it says that my account, it's not there was an unexpected error. It's not that you don't have a correct payment method. It literally says this account is ineligible for gifting subs. So I have been cut off like a drunk at a bar. Like they turned it off. And the best part is it's like, cool, now I can't match all those subs at 25% off. Thanks, Twitch.
Yep.
Now I have to do it after.
Is that a hard cap for everybody though? Because not a lot of people are going to gift.
I have no idea.
3,000 subs at one time.
Mine cut off at like 2,510. So like it seemed like a very round number, and it started giving that error. I can't even gift a single sub.
Someone in my chat said they cut off Maximilian Dude as well. I wonder if his number was comparable. You said 2,500?
Probably. Mine was 2,500 on the dot because we were tracking it in the mod thing.
It could be like an auto fraud detect too thing.
Somebody also said it could be something to do with money laundering because they did have a big problem with money laundering.
Yeah.
But even then, you'd think if it was either those things that they would then reach out. Hey, we saw you gift a lot of subs. Do you want us to re-enable it? Blah 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 blah. So
yeah.
But obviously none of that happened.
Yeah, I snuck in with like an hour left because I match all gifted subs on the channel, or at least I did. I'm not going to do it anymore. Financially is not 50. Once the split is in effect, it does not make sense. But I did it with like an hour left on September so that I could get it for like, I think it was 370 or 344 for 500 or for 100 subs, which is generally $500. So it just made sense. But yeah, I was nowhere near the 2,500 number that you were saying, or 3,000 number or whatever it was that you were saying. So we'll have to touch base with Maximilian Dude to see if he was close to that number in terms of being cut off. So that was a thing. What else is there? They introduced this chat activity panel, which I was very quickly, it was quickly pointed out to me by viewers that it's essentially a thing that already existed. They're just combining it into one panel. You can actually already see chat activity on the back end, and it is missing a couple things in terms of like the number of chat messages and also a direct link to VOD, but that stuff's already there. So not necessarily really new. It's still super useful though, especially if you're posting stuff to like TikTok or YouTube Shorts or anything like that. You can just go see like what the most chatted moment was for a VOD. Click on it, shows you in the VOD exactly where it is, and then take that and make a clip of it, push it to YouTube or TikTok or wherever. Would really love if editors could get access to that, because otherwise it's just a streamer. So for people that have like editors, it would be a great thing that to be able to pass that off. But at the moment, cannot. So we'll see if they change anything to that. There's a lot of stuff that I wish editors had, or emote artists had, or just in general. But it's definitely
hopefully that stuff's coming.
Yeah,
hopefully.
And it's also like a bigger streamer thing, right? Like not everyone has an editor or emote artist and that type of stuff.
Wait, they don't?
Yeah. Have you guys seen anyone? This is a whole nother conversation, and I don't want it to spin too much. But have you guys heard of anything or anyone doing AI generated emotes? Like using like a Dolly AI artist or something to just make your emotes on Twitch? Like, could you even upload those? I don't even know how ownership works on that stuff.
I wouldn't see why not.
Yeah. Well, does the AI stuff like pass off ownership when it generates art for you?
Dude, the whole AI thing is already so sketchy because most of the AI systems work by just using random art that it finds.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily verify copyrights on anyway.
Okay.
So it's not, there's all sorts of not great issues going on with it currently anyway. So.
Gotcha. I wonder when.
Depends on the generator, Barry says.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. I wonder when we start seeing this.
I have no.
What we're trying to say is they took their gerbs. That's exactly.
Yeah. That's what Julie is going to be saying.
I think if you listen closely, you can hear her screaming it from Italy during this show.
It's Elu from the UK and Julia from Italy just screaming right now.
They took our gerbs.
Mm-hmm. Zeke, were you gonna say something? You good?
I was gonna say, like, I really want to have a strong opinion on this, but I just don't know if I do yet. Like, as far as the AI art versus artist art,
Oh yeah,
that kind of stuff. Like, obviously, taking someone else's art, I'm against that.
sure.
But like, if it's AI art created, like, can AI art create out of nothing? Like, you just feed in words,
I think that's how it works.
right?
No,
But it takes
no,
images that are already available, right?
Oh, so it's
I think
drawing
it
from an
really
image base?
I think it strongly depends on the generator.
Okay.
So I know that there are some generators that literally are like a Google image search engine, and you
Yeah.
put in random words and it searches for them, and then it takes them and like amalgamates them together. So and then that's your AI art. So
If the
it's not.
thing that you're doing AI art with, like, if it could do it without being connected to the internet, then I'd probably be fine with it.
I see what you're saying.
And it had a big copyright safe database it was pulling from. Yeah. That'd be cool.
You get that
But, like,
organic
art
AI
is-
art.
Yeah, art is in the eye of the art is in the eye of the beholder, right?
Sure.
You can look at an abstract piece from someone like Mark Rothko or something, and you're like, that's just squares of color, that's a rectangles of color, and I don't get it. But someone else will look at that and start weeping openly because they're like, oh my god, I feel this, whatever feeling and stuff like that.
Sure.
So it's all subjective.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But as far as stealing art, no good. Don't like that.
There you go.
Just want to make that clear.
You wouldn't steal a baby, would you?
Can we go to break? I need to go to the bathroom.
We could. We got Twitch banned.
You guys old
gambling.
enough for that reference? You guys are old enough for that reference, right?
It doesn't come to
You
top of
wouldn't
mind
steal a
quickly.
farm, would you?
Oh
Oh, the
yeah,
old-
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I got
Y'all were
that.
looking at me like I was actually advocating baby stealing. So I was just like, all right, hold on now.
Well, no,
Just
I
like
was
the reference.
pausing for
Slow down.
comedic effect of like, well, maybe you would steal a baby.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you were questioning my will to steal babies. Which, to be clear,
I mean, in
have
general, that's
enough.
just a daily thing from you have
Okay.
enough. Sure.
I have
Sure.
enough. I do not want your baby. I would not only not steal a baby, I would, if you offered me a baby, I would say nay.
You
I do
guys
not want
heard it
your
here
baby.
first. No drama from Co. He would never steal. He's got too many
I would
babies.
not- I would turn away your baby.
He's got too many.
Sorry.
He's done.
Too many.
He's done.
Done.
Yeah.
There's a reason I got Le Snip. I'm done.
There
I'm
you go.
finished. Finito.
He's done. Like the whole Twitch ban gambling is Twitch ban crypto gambling is probably the better way to say it. I don't know if we have anything.
No.
It's not the better way to say it.
Twitch banned specific websites. That's what that is.
Yeah, because I guess you can sports bet on with crypto. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But here, before we even talk about that,
Yeah.
before we even breathe a word of it, we should wait until the official response, which is supposed to be the official announcement, which is supposed to be this month.
Of
That was a tease, the month of October. I think they actually said in the press release that they're going to be giving
Yeah.
a more fully fleshed out
oh,
thing. Yes, that was just a we hear you guys complaining about gambling. We will do something about it. Stay tuned.
got it. Okay.
Doesn't affect
That's
me.
what that was.
Blackjack's still cool. Poker's still cool.
Yeah. Well, are you on like crypto websites anyways? Are you on like real money websites when you gamble?
Real money. You can
Yeah.
do
So
real
I
money.
don't think it would matter anyways, right? Because it's only.
But you can do you can buy in with a credit card or crypto.
Oh,
You
it's
can do
both. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Cool. That's not something they announce at like TwitchCon, right? They don't have like a keynote where Emmett Shear comes out. And he's
Oh,
just
wait
like,
a second.
fuck gambling. Like, what's he saying?
Hold on a second. Now that you say that, I think they actually give a date.
It's the
in
same
thing.
time as
Is it
TwitchCon.
during TwitchCon? Anyone have that handy by any chance?
I can pull up it's Twitch
Uh.
ban gambling. There's a blog post, right? Or no?
Yeah, I want to say it was on twitch.tv/ or twitter.tv/twitch.
Yeah, I'm on it. It says policy update on October 18th. That is not TwitchCon. TwitchCon is this next weekend.
Okay.
So that comes almost 2
Next
weeks
weekend
after.
is like 8th to 13th. Okay.
Yeah, 7th to the 9th is TwitchCon.
7th to the 9th.
So it won't be there. Someone
Right,
there
that's
was in terms of what will be at TwitchCon, because we're gonna have a show next Sunday, so it would have already all been announced. I guess we can talk about that for a second. There was like a Twitter space conversation with a bunch of ex-Twitch employees on it.
Yep.
And one of them, I think it was actually DJ Wheat, said that he got a leak that one of the big announcements is Twitch Sings 2. And so, like, is that the type of shit that we're going to expect from whatever this keynote is? It's like a new Twitch Sings?
After all the stuff that has happened recently with the DMCA and all that, and
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to announce. It's a weird time to have a convention. None of us are going, right? I know I'm not going because I'm me, but I don't know about the two of you. Both of you are not
I made
going.
the decision earlier this year that this would be like I did nothing this year. I'm not going to any cons. Not going to Burning Man. I'm not going to TwitchCon. None of it. We made a decision as a couple that we're gonna give it another year and see if fucking people are still dying everywhere, I guess, to put it bluntly.
Sure. Makes sense.
So,
Most of the streamers that I have seen that have said they are going are contractually obligated to go. And they've even said as such, like, yeah, I don't want to go this year, but I have contractual obligations to be there. Which makes sense because a lot of contracts that were signed 2 years ago did have things like you must go to a TwitchCon for X thing, whether it's a meet and greet or some sort of activation at said event. I think Soda Poppin was actually one of those streamers that said exactly that. So, yeah, he was very vocal about it.
I was going to say that sounds exactly like Soda Poppin's MO.
Yeah, and his reasoning for those wondering why he didn't want to go, it's not because of COVID. It's because he wanted to stay home and play World of Warcraft. So he's also not lying about that because it's Soda Poppin.
100%.
Yeah.
There's no lies detected whatsoever.
No lies detected.
He just wants to play WoW, which more power to him.
I think that's great. Gamer want a game. More power to him.
Yeah. I really wonder what that event looks like next week in terms of just people showing up, in terms of like, I don't know, people being excited. Like, is it just sadness walking around? I think people are excited to be with other streamers and people are excited to like meet fans and all that stuff. But when it comes to like the keynote, what are they going to announce that's going to like make people excited in that auditorium? I don't know. Well,
It's the part that's probably most unfortunate is especially for like a lot of the mid tier and even the upper tier. A lot of people are going in there with a deficit.
Yeah.
Like this last stuff was pretty dramatic and pretty much showed creators exactly where they stand right now these days. So it's it's going to be interesting to see if they can announce and do enough interesting things at TwitchCon to kind of have people come out with a smile. What would be wild is if the big TwitchCon announcement's like, so we're doing away with Amazon Prime. Just wanted to get that out early.
Yeah.
But Twitch Sings too.
I would love to see. I would love to see a keynote, like or whatever announcements day, whatever thing that was just all bad news, and like, and we've got one more thing. We're getting rid of Twitch Prime.
I know. And everyone just starts clapping on stage.
Be great.
We are banning all streamers who swear, and we got one more thing for you. Like all of them, just an entire keynote of just bad, awful announcements.
Oh God. Yeah, I guess we'll watch that keynote. It's on Saturday, right? That's usually when the keynotes are. It's not, or is it Friday? When is TwitchCon keynote? Let's see if Google says anything.
Hope he's had a good time and they're going to co-stream and everything. Definitely like to see it.
I've got TwitchCon
I'm interested.
Amsterdam. Let's just go to the TwitchCon website.
World premiere.
Do they have a schedule?
I can do that pretty good with my voice right now.
Yeah, pretty good. Wait. Oh, that's the event, but where the fuck's the schedule? Am I blind? They have the event at a glance, but that's just like what is open in terms of like the Expo Hall or Twitch Rivals or the TwitchCon party, etc. Chat, are you guys linking it? Nope. I don't know where it's at. I don't know if they have a content or a panel thing. At least not at twitchcon.com/San Diego.
Oh, there's an
linked it.
app apparently.
Barry linked it. It's 3 p.m. on Friday. Opening ceremony. There it is. Okay, yeah. In the Glitch Theater, Friday, 3 p.m. Is that 3 p.m. Pacific or is this localized? All times are Pacific. Great. So that's
Oh, really?
That's right. Well, that's 6 p.m. for you. So that's 30 minutes prior.
Oh, well,
to
maybe.
your-
Yeah, maybe actually.
Yeah.
I probably missed a little at the beginning, but
Yeah. Is there, and then I don't even know if the rest of their panels are any of the panels streamed at TwitchCon? They usually stream that stuff, right? Or like some panels are streamed. I should probably go and look on their website and see if there's anything worth watching. Anyways, that's TwitchCon. We don't really have too much to predict about that. Will be an event to watch, though, I suppose. What if they just come out and say nothing in the keynote? What if there is 0 announcements in the keynote? And it's just them talking
just
about,
like,
I don't know, Twitch.
Just Twitch things too, and that's it.
Yeah, sure. What if that's not even announced? What if Emmett just comes out and said, like, I tried. Thanks. Here's Dan. Then Dan like comes out. Dan's doing some like Microsoft. What's the guy that like gets really hype? Just runs around the stage screaming. Forgot what that guy's name was. During the Bill Gates era. Chat will help me out here in just a sec. That's what I want to see. Ballmer. There you go. Yeah, just give me some Steve Ballmer from Dan. Just crazy amounts of energy on stage, screaming. He's just screaming 50-50. That's it. Be exciting.
Keynote is 3 p.m. Friday?
Yeah.
What you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
3 p.m. Pacific. So 4 p.m. your time. Because you're Mountain, right?
Yes, I'm Mountain. Yep.
Yeah, so 4 p.m. your time. Yeah, he's just screaming developers. Barry would be excited. He'd be about that.
Be all about it.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. Is there? I think that's everything. The gambling stuff will wait till October 18th.
Covered a lot.
Yeah. Say that stuff.
Yeah.
And we've got a month's worth of gaming stuff to discuss. So we'll come back and talk about that. And then probably next week we'll talk about
Yay,
games that we've
gaming
actually
stuff.
been playing. Yeah. All right, be right back. How am I going to mute this? I got to think about this. Let's do this. Do this.